Welcome back to the channel. All right, so we are starting a new project here, and I'll give you guys kind of a second look. So I showed this service bed in the shop update of April 2022, which is still right now, but we're gonna do a specific video on this bed and show it. So this is the service bed to my 2016 Duramax that I've been doing all the body work. I've got a few videos on it. So now I'm starting to work on the bed, and I'll give you guys a look at it. So this is the Duramax I got on the rack here. And like I said, I've got some videos with it. The other side was completely wrecked, so I'm replacing some doors, some body panels. Got it all painted and everything. We'll do a separate video for that one. But that's what this bed is going on. So I went and looked at a new service bed, and it was $7,900 was the cheapest one I can find, and that comes in flat white. So this is a short service bed, 40-inch cab to axle, and so I would still have to go through, I'd still have to paint it, still have to build a headache rack, still have to do tail lights, wiring, bumper, and all the body, well, and there's still a lot of body work. When you buy a new bed, I did that in a previous video, and they come flat white, primered, and I painted over it, and the doors look terrible. So we had to go back and sandblast the doors back down, do all the body work on the doors. So we ended up with a lot of flaws and everything, and the doors ended up nice and shiny after we were done. We painted it in this same green here. So I went and got this bed. The short beds are very hard to find. There's endless amounts of 8-foot beds. The short ones are very, very hard to find. So I went and found this one locally. It took me about a month to find. And I showed in a previous, the update video, so we had a headache rack that was bent on here. There was a toolbox that went across that side. I didn't even know that came off. So I went through, stripped out all the racks, stripped off that toolbox, took off the tailgate. There was a big toolbox in here that sat up against this side. So we stripped out all the lights, headache rack, stripped out all that side. We're going through, stripping off all the door handles, and just kind of assessing what we need to do here. Took all the gaskets off, and yeah, so the bed's starting to look better and better already. So I'll show you. We got that big toolbox was on the inside. They shortened the tailgate, so we're gonna have to build a tailgate for it. And we had that toolbox on the top side. And honestly, that's just more work. I don't want to put that back on. That's more work to get that thing to look clean. So we're not gonna mess with any of these boxes. So yeah, follow along. I've got some other service bed builds or the aftermath. I don't usually show the work, but I'll show the progress as I go through. So we're gonna go through, replace the handles. We'll probably, hopefully, find some good handles. We'll have to put some shocks on these things. There's gonna be some body work. There's some dents and stuff in here. So this door's not bad. We can save that. There's some cracks in the bed I'm kind of worrying about, but they'll be fixable. We're going to go through and sandblast everything out. So that's probably my next step, is to sandblast this entire bed, get it cleaned up, and get it in weldable primer, so we can start to do some stuff. The next thing I got to do is strip off this bumper here. So cut all these little welds and pull the back of this off, and then it'll be ready for sandblast. So we've got some cracks that are starting to develop here. We'll have to take care of all these cracks, mark them all out. And I'm sure there's one up front, goes all the way through. So there's a crack there. And there's one crack here. And then these fenders are nice and bent everywhere. We'll have to figure all that out. And then the underneath, it's not rusted really. It's not creating any cancer or anything. It's all surface rust, but it's nice and ugly under here. So I'm going to go through, sandblast the entire underneath, get all this back down to bare steel, and coat everything. And then this door here has a lot of damage on it. So I'm going to have to figure out how to fix this door. I'm not sure how to do that just yet. But that's really the only door, the only part that's beat up enough that it'll probably need replaced. So yeah, I paid $1,000 for this, and went and picked it up about 20 minutes from here. So follow along. I'll get this thing torn apart. This is basically the first video in the series, and I'll give some updates here and there. And you could watch me progress along on a service bed restoration. I've done a few of them. I have not done one in this poor of condition starting out. But like I said, I didn't have much to choose from because of the short bed option. So let's see what we can do. We'll see you next time.